UsualSuspect6.com.
Brought to you by Usual Suspect 6.
UsualSuspect6.com. UsualSuspect6.com.
It's a Usual Suspect day.
Usual Suspect.
He's got great length, and he's going to make life different about him. He's a good fighter.
I will reap what I sow, and that's a universal rule for everybody.
Jonnie Rice.
You can only die once. Usual Suspect.
Oh man, I knew I was gonna fumble something. Hey, man, we back. What's good? Yeah, you're supposed to be on out the gate, babe. Welcome back. This is Tales from the B-side. I am KG, and over to my right is my boy Thomas from the Bronx. What's going on with you, Thomas?
Chilling, man. What's good with you, man? How's your week been going?
Man, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a roller coaster a bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm dealing with them getting into the loop of, you know what I'm saying, the whole boxing, you know what I'm saying, loop here in Richmond and everything. So I'm talking to guys, and you're hearing stuff from this guy, you're hearing stuff from that guy, and you try to figure out how you can get it all to align. You know what I'm saying? To try to find a common ground, because everybody still has egos, everybody still has their way of looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? It sucks that we didn't have any boxing. We have to stop saying that, because there's boxing all over the world all week. You know what I'm saying? So if you're like an actual boxing like purist, like you can watch boxing all week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
well, there was some fights yesterday. Not big fights, but some local guys, some guys that I've been following, you've been following. Keith Cologne fought last night in Philadelphia. He got the win. I didn't get a chance to see it. I had problems with the app. I don't know why I couldn't play it, but I was watching. There was some fights in Puerto Rico. So a friend of mine, he manages some fighters there. He had a couple fighters on the card, and I watched that. It was pretty exciting fights. If you like nonstop action, it was pretty good. The whole card, the Puerto Rico card. So that was on Miguel Cotto Promotion. So I mean, you had some fights, not some big names. We've been spoiled the last few weeks. So I mean, we need a little bit of a break. I think next week we're getting back in the fold with some other big fights. I think who's fighting next week? Is it the kid Ford fighting next week? The featherweight champion. And I believe somebody else will come to me. We'll get back into the mix leading up to the big fight in September. Everybody's talking about Bud and Canelo. So we're getting closer and closer. You know what I'm saying? So
look, I know we're supposed to look at the Bud and Canelo situation, but I'm looking at the fact that it's 3 days of boxing. That, like I said, it's boxing on every day, but this is 3 days of boxing that we're going to actually, be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I said, to those that want to watch boxing, is on every day of the week, pretty much, and you can pretty much find the diamonds in the rough before we do sometimes, because that's how we find them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's
I'm not going to drop it yet, but there is going to be a name that's going to be fighting in that card on one of those days that we both know. I'll just put it that way. So that's the rumor. It's not. It's like 90% confirmed. So that's why I'm not dropping it yet. But when it's announced, you're gonna be like, oh wow. So a fighter that we've known, that we've spoken to, it's supposedly going to be on that card. I think you've spoken to. If not, somebody in the Usual Suspects definitely spoke to him. So
I thought you were saying he's been over here on Tales from the B.
No, not from Tales from the B side. It's a young guy that's might be on the card. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for him if he gets that opportunity. So
okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But man, hey, this is episode number 12. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We didn't already rolled it out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring my homeboy in. He be trying to water it down sometimes when we try to give him little names and stuff, but he just like, nah, I make videos for him. He be like, nah, man, don't do it to him like that, man. Don't do it to him like that. You know what I'm saying? The Usual Suspects, man. We call this man the prospect killer because I think he's upset at the apple cart, you know what I'm saying, for a few fighters that, you know what I'm saying, that they want to put their eggs behind.
Yep.
And it's never intentional, but it is business, you know what I'm saying? So the man damn, you know what I'm saying, shows up, you know what I'm saying, when it's time to show up. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna hold him off too much longer. My friend, the Usual Suspects damn brother, everybody that showed up to see him, everybody, man, everybody's favorite, man. My boy Jonathan Rice. There you go.
What's good, champ? What's
going on? Y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we got
my connection good. What's up?
Yeah. What's up with you, bud?
All right, sorry I was a little late. You know, I had to make some moves. You feel me?
No, I know how you do.
Had to make a few moves.
Moving and
grooving. But I'm here. You feel me? I'm here.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you put some work in, man, moving around a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? And then when I talk to you, you telling me you putting a little work in. So that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You trying to get back out there and get back in the ring?
Yeah, you know, I feel like I was just forced to learn really the business side of boxing. You know, it's one thing when you learn and then you apply. And I feel like a lot of people they tend to learn things, but they don't really apply those things. You know, and that's really the key. It's easy to learn something, but I can't tell if you learn anything unless I see what you actually do. Do you know what I mean? You got to take the test. Even taking the test is not enough. You could pass a grade, but till you get into the field, until you know, we all know how it comes to, we all athletes. We all know when it comes to practice, some people are practice players. But what are you going to do when those lights come on? And a lot of times you get to a point in life, the lights are always on. The lights are always on. You don't realize it. The pressure's always there. For my people that got 9 to 5 jobs like I do right now, man, every time you go to work, you're not working just to collect a check. You're working to pay the bills. You're working to support yourself and your family. So if you don't start paying those bills, you going to work don't mean nothing. So the lights are always on. Like, what are you doing something for? Like, what purpose are you moving with? Because there's always a reason to why you're doing what you're doing. And if it ain't adding up, then you wasting your time. So it's just right now the mindset, the lights are always on. You know what I mean? If you ain't going forward, you're going backwards. And people don't realize that, I feel like, you can learn that. I can start to realize if I'm not moving forward, I'm moving backwards. But if my actions keep me in the same spot, you're not in the same spot. You're moving backwards. So that's where we at right now. We're applying.
Yeah.
And I'm back to what I'm doing in boxing as a lifestyle. I feel like I'm done completely with boxing at 50 years old. The way I live my life, I focus on health as much as wealth. And I got that from Ali, when I'm 50, it might get me. So I'm like, well, shoot, we're going to be done at 50. So I got to live a lifestyle right now, every day. Every day we got to live a lifestyle. So it took me a while to really build back up to that mentally.
But like you said, man,
really
when you learn something like that, you got to be able to apply consistency to it. And then after consistency, now you got to apply integrity to yourself. Can I perform that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, can I perform it? And then look, then there's another word. If anybody's ever did any acting or been in the movies, continuity. Can it look the same every time? You know what I'm saying? Can I make sure can I produce it the same way every time? You get what I'm saying? So
That's
I
real
feel
deep.
I feel exactly what you're saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to learn the business side, but at the same time, you can't be oblivious to what the actual
Yeah.
ins and outs is. Pay attention.
Yeah. Are you putting in that work?
Mhm.
Are you putting in that work? Because I mean, it's like, man, like you said, it was just so much, I've been out of the ring for a long time, and it's like, okay, they're not calling you. Okay, it's business. It's not like no one's scared of you. It's just where's your upside at? If you're a quote unquote prospect killer, there's no upside to being a prospect killer. You have to realize that. There's no upside to that. You're messing up money now.
Yeah.
So then what do you gotta be? You gotta be something else. You can only be a prospect killer for maybe three fights. You gotta be something else now. You want to be a contender, you want to represent the 9 to 5, nigga, excuse the French. You want to represent who are you representing when you step in the ring? Shit, I'm representing the dudes that's gonna take every chance they can get.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm representing the opportunists. Maybe I'm representing the people that want to see a good fight at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, consistency. What do we represent? I'm representing the dudes that want to get rich. You know what I'm saying? Period. Maybe those type of dudes I'm representing. If there's opportunity given, I'm gonna take it. I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Maybe representing the dudes lying on their application. Or how much the technician pay? $100K. Hey man, I'm submitting my resume. And you get the job. What I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna learn this mother because I need that 100,000.
Right.
So it's like maybe I'm just an opportunist at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So with that, I mean, you've been still training, obviously, then, right? And just in case you do get that call?
Just started. I just started back.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Okay.
I've been trying to just focus on the money, but health and wealth. So first I started with health and wealth. It's like, hey, you know what? I took a lesson from a guy. Obviously, we all know the Ashton Hall guy, right? You know the Ashton Hall dude, blew up on YouTube doing a store of water. Yeah, and he got the water, and he got the water and everything. You know the blue water I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? When I fought Guido in New York, that's the first place I started drinking that water. You could go back to my Instagram. I don't know if you can even do that. Way back then, I saw that water and I'm like, yo, this water looks so good. So I was drinking that water constantly in my hotel room to keep me hydrated. Because I realized when I fought Coffee in Miami, I was suffering from dehydration. So water became a big focus. And that water, I drank that water like crazy. I even put a post up for that same water. So when I finally, no one took notice of it, but it was on my winning post. I tagged him like this water was very helpful, literally.
I got it.
No one took notice of it. But when he did that, and I'm like, wow, like this dude did the same water, probably for free. I heard for free, but it's like his platform is so much bigger. He's not no fighter. He's just a fitness guy. So I realized that no matter what background you have, everybody loves fitness. He looks incredible. Even my girl like this dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't tripping on it, but I'm like, it's really about health and wealth. So I was like, man, let me start training for the health aspect of it. I don't care what sport I do. Let me get healthy. And then from the healthy standpoint, I started like, man, let me just focus on this. I only got a little bit of time to make millions as an athlete or as a professional fighter. Let's go ahead and get this money and just shoot. If this Turk Al Sheikh dude really want to see these fights, all it really takes is one fight, and you're a millionaire. So let's just train for the one fight. Like let's just. So the health kind of started leading to more of the wealth mindset. Then it's like, well, if you're gonna be in this game, you got to be excited for the opportunity. So let's just train every day. Let's get back to living a lifestyle, no matter what. I go to work every day, and I don't make enough money to pay my bills. So, well, let's still go to the gym every day too. Like, why go backwards? Yeah, let's do it all. Let's do it all. Let's get a personal training license. Let's focus on the fitness aspect because that's gonna pay bills, and that's gonna blow you up as well. You know what I mean? So, it was just kind of just learning from everybody at that point. So I'm training every day now, and right now I'm helping Jeremiah Dreamland Milton get ready for his big fight. Okay. Contracts have been signed, so I guess I can speak on it. He's fighting Murat Gatskev in Miami in like 2 weeks. So, I've been helping training part with all the Mayweather guys, Andrew Tabiti, you know, the big white Italian dude, Antonio. I know everybody know him, you know, so it's like we all just been grinding. Another cat out of former basketball player, I think named Maurice Price, something like that. Pretty interesting, pretty athletic guy, pretty good boxer, you know. So we just been, you know, let's just get it every day. Like I said, it's a lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Real quick, you were saying being a prospect killer only gets you so far. Let's talk about that first Michael Polite Coffee fight. What, you know what I'm saying? Was he what they were trying to sell him as, or were you just that much better?
I mean, you know, and I do gotta bring up the fact that, you know, I don't like talking about the Coffee fight because it makes me feel like a has-been. But that question was a very good question. So I will say that, you know what I'm saying? I would say this. As a fighter, you seen different styles. Like I said, I've been a gym rat in LA. I've been in Wild Card. I've been in, like, I really have been, you know, a student of the game. Okay, let's get that straight. A big student of the game. I'm talking about training in Miami with, you know, like real legendary coaches, like, you know, the Pedro, what's my man name? You know, the Puerto Rican guys like Rigondeaux, they're coaches. So you know the Pedro, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I've been a real student of the game. So for me, when I look at Coffee, I'm like, oh yeah, he a big, strong cat that can hit hard. So for me, it's like, it's not like he's not who he is. He is. He's a big, strong dude that can hit hard. So I'm gonna box him accordingly because I've seen that in the gym all the time. I've trained with big Samoan guys. You don't want to be on the other side of that left hook with a big Samoan. So he wasn't nothing that he wasn't. He was what he was. He was all the hype. It's just that you in there with a guy that has been in there with dudes that have, I've seen your style already. You know what I mean? So it wasn't nothing like Aspar Usyk, Michael Hunter, like these dudes that I've seen these styles. So he was who he was, not taking away from it. But you just ran into a guy that in the gym that said, oh, I know who he is. I ain't getting hit by that shit because I know he gonna hit. And he hit hard. He hit me with a jab. I'm like, God damn, that's the only jab he really landed flush. And it rocked me. That ain't rocked me, but you felt the impact. So it was like, I ain't getting hit with that shit no more. So now you go to a defensive mode. So it really just came down to, I've seen this guy. He hits hard. He don't get hit by him. And that's really what it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't no knock against him. It's just we went in the gym all the time. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, it showed in that fight because in that fight, from the first round, you was confident. You didn't go in there as like, you know, you came in as the B-side and you came in as a replacement. I think short notice, but you was always the replacement guy for that fight. I think you was kind of like, just in case something happened. I think he was supposed to fight Gerald Washington or somebody that first fight, and then they had you like days notice. Was he supposed? I think he was supposed to fight Washington, if I'm not mistaken. But when you came in that fight, that first round, like your confidence was just way above his. Like you just looked way better. Like you had the confidence of like, oh, I'm beating this guy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't an arrogance, but you had that confidence of I'm beating that guy, not a regular guy that took the fight notice that I'm here for a check. You came to win, and it showed. You know, in that first fight, you dominated every round.
It's almost him saying what he said. Yeah. I seen this before, and what you saying it now, it makes sense. It tied to what you know what I'm saying. What Tommy is saying, you know what I'm saying. You look like, because that was the look you had. It was a relaxed look, but it was almost like a smirkish look at the same time too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I could have sworn he smirked a few times.
You just like I said, you flew.
It just looked like it almost seemed like in your mind, like, oh, this is going to be kind of easy. Like, you know, I wasn't in the ring, you were, but that's how I took it. And even the commentators were saying it too. You know, they were saying it too. Like the confidence was there.
Well, you know, like I said, it's a lifestyle. Like confidence is going to come from a fighter that prepares itself. And I wasn't necessarily prepared for Michael Coffee that day. I was just prepared for just to box. I know I'm a boxer. I had trained with Michael Hunter. We were training. He was getting ready for a fight. I was getting ready for a fight. So I believe iron sharpened iron. I was going to be training with Michael Hunter regardless. So that's what I mean by it comes down to a lifestyle. And so when I'm in the ring and what confidence really is like, hey, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. but I'm gonna do what I trained to do. So it's almost like whatever I trained to do, we're gonna do what we trained to do. And I train very hard, and that's what I mean. Training hard comes from something. You have to even practice training hard. You have to practice, you know what I'm saying, moving forward. You have the good days in the gym, the bad days in the gym, like I said. And then, you know, I want to bring up Keith Bounty Hunter, who's actually Michael Hunter's little brother, where you had those bad days in the gym. You got to make sure you only have certain people in the gym, because I had a few bad days in the gym, and he looks over at me and say, man, get up and go hit the bag. So then that's that motivation from other fighters. Like, nah, you ain't about to sit right here. Get up, go hit the bag. So it's like the preparation is the real key for when you see a fighter step in that ring. So it didn't matter who I was gonna be in the ring with. When you do your best to live a lifestyle as a fighter, you're gonna come in with that confidence. And yeah, confident fighters get knocked out too. That ain't gonna change.
That's true.
But the only thing you can do is, like you said, I can control my confidence because I can control my preparation. We don't know what's gonna happen the night of the fight. Yeah. But you better not get in there unless you're confident, because you might get hurt, man. You get back up, whatever. It's a part of the game. But the confidence gonna always come from training, and you can be as confident, as angry, as beast as you can, and still get that ass taxed. So for me, it's just about the preparation and giving all you have. But we don't know what's gonna happen. No one knows. Nobody knows. But like any fighter will tell you, I'm happy I made it out alive, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? But the confidence does come from the lifestyle. And I recommend any up and coming fighter, win or lose, don't get in that ring if you ain't prepared yourself. Please don't do that. Like, you got to know how to prepare yourself. You got to be around good coaches, great, I'm not gonna say teammates, but great guys in the gym that help motivate you to prepare yourself for a battle. Because that's the only power you have, is the preparation.
Have you ever taken a fight on short notice where you wasn't prepared?
Absolutely. We all been a victim of that, but that's something that you shouldn't make a habit of doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? We shouldn't make a habit of doing that. You know, we put the money first, and we go in there and we like, okay, you know, you're gonna get paid. If you're a fighter, you ain't just a fighter some of the time. If you're an athlete, you ain't just an athlete some of the time. Like, you got to know what makes you good, and that's what I'm saying. It comes with maturity and a mindset. If like I said, if I'm gonna stick this game out till I'm 50, quote unquote, then that means my lifestyle has to reflect that. How I eat has to reflect that, and that's not easy. So whatever you're doing, especially as a professional, has to reflect professionalism, and professionalism comes with preparation. And you know, we can see that, you know, and even we can bring up the difference between coffee 1 and coffee 2. You can look at my weight. Maybe the motivation wasn't there, but the skill still was. You know what I'm saying? You can go to even the Guido fight. The preparation, what we did with the, you know, you still got the good team around you, but the skill set. Okay, so professionalism plays a big part in that too. Like, wow. So we're trying to, and that comes with a mental aspect. It's not just physical. We, like you said earlier, consistency. How do you look consistently? Okay, you know what I mean? Like, so it plays a big part in all that. And the guys at the top can feel the same way. We could all see even guys at the top have a lackluster performance, and people gonna talk about it. I'm like, man, they still made millions and they won, man. But that is the difference between the next money. You know what I'm saying? How much the fans want to see you? How much sacrifices are you making? I tell people all the time, it ain't easy working on 9-to-5 job and still being underpaid. That shit ain't easy.
Yeah,
that's stress.
Yeah,
that's stress.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, look, if I got opportunity to make a few million, I mean, I don't know when that million gonna come, but shoot, let's just focus on being fit right now. Let's focus on being fit, and then at least we'll be prepared when the money do come knocking on my door. Because I don't want to get hurt. I look at the fight with Martin Bacoli versus Joseph Parker. All right. Now, for what I heard, Martin Bacoli probably made over $1 million or whatever, maybe $600K to $1 million, but he was knocked out in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen to me. I want that money though.
Yeah.
But he wasn't prepared. He's an outstanding fighter, but it just goes to show you that preparation is a big key. He's an outstanding fighter. That opportunity always knocking on your door. And if you in the game, you in the game.
Yeah.
Now he goes on to have a nice draw with Effie Jabba. Probably made $2 million in 2 fights in 6 months. I'm like, God damn. While you got guys just sitting around waiting, no opportunity, no nothing. But hey, it's the game. Be prepared, because that money will come up on you. and I'm in the game for the money, but hey, be prepared though.
Yeah.
Because health is still wealth at the end of the day. But it's a money game.
Mm-hmm. Man, and I want you to be prepared, man, because I know I ain't hit you up, you know what I'm saying, on a frequent like I used to back in the gap, you know what I'm saying? I hit you up, see what you was up to and everything. But somebody like you to speak it out loud as to what you need to do and, you know what I'm saying, what you're going to do and you're looking to apply it. You're somebody that, like I said, win, lose, or draw, bro, you can educate guys, man, because like I said, a guy at your size, you can box. You know what I'm saying? And we can touch on like the Guido fight. Accuracy. You see what I'm saying? A single punch swung the fight into your direction. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And when I sent you that video that I made for you, you was like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? You was like, and I showed the boxing. You was being it, you know what I'm saying? Guido was not getting off the way that the commentary was trying to celebrate him. He was not getting off the way the referee was trying to, you know what I'm saying, inflate it to be. And then there was no headbutt. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, they were trying to rob you, and now
clean, crisp boxing, clean, crisp punching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So things like that. And when you get in shape, man,
and I got to go back.
You can do that. You can do that to best of anybody in the heavyweight division. Win, lose, or draw, bro. That's all I'm saying.
And I gotta bring up one point too. You know, first of all, it's definitely about that winning. Or I'll take a draw, but I ain't here to lose no more. Yeah, but that single punch. Of course not yet. That single punch, and again, this again for the young fighters and the fighters still in the game. That single punch was worked on with the Cuban guys I was training with. So shout out to Bob Santos and this, I say, band of Cuban warriors. All right, because these guys are all left-handed. So that's kind of why I was able to come across my body, because it's the preparation. I was sparring nothing but Cuban heavyweights. Even though they were left-handed, I didn't care. I need somebody in front of me. So that was the only punch I could try to land on them, because they always floating over to my left.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And Guido happened to be floating to my left to stay away from my right.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But little did he know, because no one really knows your preparation except, of course, where you're preparing that. Yeah. So that was the only punch I had loaded. So, and I want people to realize that whatever you're doing, sometimes you got to practice one thing all the time. People know it's coming. We all know Deontay Wilder, in my honest opinion, had one of the greatest right hands in history. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
What was you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And in Tyson Fury case, he took it, he got back up. But you know it's coming.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, man, practice something. You got to have one weapon that's ready to go, and then you got to add on to that. We got to add on to that. But yeah, that's really what it was, you know, and it came also from a mental aspect. You know, my coach, shout out Rodney Chrysler, we in the corner, and I'm just like, you know, he just like, you know, just keep the jab going. Because right now, I mean, it's still a 12 round, or not 12, but it's still a 10 round fight. You may be losing a few rounds. It's very true, but you got something you got to keep staying consistent with, like you said earlier. And it's consistent with the jab and the head movement. I might be losing round 2, maybe round 3, maybe I ain't winning round. But consistent with the jab and the head movement, and again, we don't want to be in that position no more where I do got to try to knock you out to win a fight. We really want to step our level of conditioning and train up to where we trying to win every round. But that single punch came from lots of rounds of preparation, and that's really going to be the key. Consistent preparation for me right now. I don't really talk about boxing no more because, you know, it ain't paying no bills. But I'm going to be in there putting in that work, because sometimes you don't need to talk much. Evander Holyfield was the most silent fighter, but guess what? He was the most deadliest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just put in work, and that's just kind of the approach I'm taking. Just putting in work, and putting in more work, and just constantly growing around as many people as I can. And right now I'm training out of Mayweather gym, and that Mayweather energy is still there. And it's just incredible, you know, to really see and think about how many people he inspired as a lightweight. Like, he carried boxing as a lightweight. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane to me. Just that mentality, the culture he brought, and he really, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still influenced by that today. You know what I mean? I really am. So that's kind of where I train at right now, because I got to feed off of any type of motivation and inspiration I can. And that's where it's at for me right now. You feel me? I still go to Bones Adams gym though. That's mainly on my days off. I go there. That's my home gym. But right now I'm training at Floyd Mayweather gym on a consistent basis. and that's where we at.
So is that what Jeremiah is?
Yeah, Jeremiah's actually at Mayweather Gym.
Okay.
He's over there, and that's where his camp's at. Right now, I'm only giving him like 3 rounds. You know, he's in way better shape, obviously, than I am. And you know, so I'm only giving like 3, and then you know other guys come in for 3.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But,
so y'all
got
got a pretty good heavyweight layout for you to get working with different guys over there.
Man, we got them all, man. We got like I said, Andrew Chabiti. You guys know him. He's outstanding. I never really see the guy work that hard. Now that's consistent hard work. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never seen a guy work that hard, that consistent, and he's just outstanding. Because you know, even me, I look at myself. I'm like, okay, I'm a big dude, and sometimes I do rely on my size. But him, he ain't no big dude. So I'm like, damn, like what is going through his mind when he getting there with guys bigger than him, and he's just attacking I mean, he say he the beast to beat it. He really is the beast, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this dude really is like in here with dudes twice his size, and you don't, and then he just, man, I'm like, damn, like, I gotta step my shit up for real because I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the inspiration you need, huh?
He got you jump roping with him.
Nah, I show up and I just go to work. But don't get me wrong, but it's like I got my jump rope. Because you know I got my jump rope now because it's like when you see him, it's like, man, let me warm with my jump rope. It's like you better do what he do because how is he gonna be able to compete with these guys twice the size? And I'm talking about trading with trading right there in the pocket, like it's nothing. Like, what's up? So you gotta see what you gotta do, and you gotta step your training up. So you got guys like him, like I said, you got guys like the Antonio cat, you know, the big dude. I'm pretty sure you guys seen him. He's there every day. And again, Jeremiah's there. Then you're gonna have other heavyweights come through. You know what I mean? So it's like we there really getting to it. You know, Big Patrick, he's a Samoan cat. You know, that's the dude who got the craziest left hook I've ever seen. Really, you know what I'm saying? So it's like these guys are showing up, and now it's time to get to work. So I'm gonna go wherever to work at in Vegas. You feel me? Because I'm a little lifestyle again. Like, let's go.
Is somebody in the chat, Shawala? Yeah, she asked, is Michael Hunter training in there also? Is he sparring in there?
You know what? Whoever asked that is a very brilliant student of the game, in my opinion. That's a great question. I have not seen Michael Hunter yet. I have heard the recent news that he is supposed to be fighting Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Yeah. So I have heard that news recently. I'm very excited for that opportunity for him. Very excited. And if he's smart, which I know he is, he's going to get his ass down to Mayweather Gym every day with us because that's where we at right now. You know what I mean? Nobody paying nobody. We just putting in that work. And that's where he's going to need to be. You know what I mean? If he's smart, that's where he need to be, especially for a fight like that.
Okay. I don't know if some other people. Salute to everybody in the chat. There was another question. Somebody asked, did you retire a little bit after the Guido? Was that like a retirement, or were you not getting fights? He asked, why did you retire after the great stoppage of Guido? That's shout out to my man Bruce Boxing. Yeah, that's what.
It wasn't a retirement. It was like you said. Nobody was calling me for fights anymore. Like I had to really start learning boxing. Like, okay. I don't think a lot of people know who pays who. I don't think a lot of people know how boxing works. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a business of investors. So if they get a fighter, right, and they say, hey man, this dude is real good, or like for instance, when you see 2 prospects fight, like who's the biggest prospect out right now? Abdullah Mason.
Heavyweights, the US.
Let's say Abdullah Mason, right?
Well, if we stay heavyweight, Moses Atuma.
Yeah, if you want to say heavyweight, and that's a good thing. Moses Atuma is not he's not in America. He's in the UK. He's in the UK with fans that watch boxing. So you gotta go where the money at. Our fans here, we got baseball, football, we got MMA. So there's really no big fan base. How the fuck we know about this Moses dude from way across the water? Because his fan base is so big and strong. But you can ask any little black kid or white kid, who's your favorite wide receiver? He gonna probably say CD Lamb. You see what I'm saying? Because he sees CD Lamb every Sunday almost during the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes down to popularity. I knew I was out of the boxing loop when I seen little kids saying, "Man, you gonna watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?" Think about that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Little kids, are you gonna watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? Well, Jake Paul is a superstar, all right, outside of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tyson's a legend.
Mm-hmm.
So if your popularity ain't big, ain't nobody gonna watch you fight. But then again, I bring up Ashton Hall. I'm like, man, my girl know this dude because he took the fitness side by storm. So it's like, and I bring up him because it's like I'm not gonna be a funny dude on freaking Disney Channel, but I can turn the fitness industry up or get me some type of attention fitness wise.
Mm-hmm.
If Ashton Hall had a fight, I'm gonna come watch and see what this big ass muscular dude do. So it's like it comes to why would I want to watch you fight? And someone brought up Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter is arguably the best heavyweight in the United States, but we don't know who he is. I know, but the casual don't know who he is. And that's why he ain't doing numbers right now, or that's why he had to wait so long, because it's like promoters want to make money, and they make money based on your popularity. Think about the word promote. I'm not going to the club if they ain't promoted enough for me to show up.
Exactly.
I'm not buying tickets if you ain't promoted enough for me to want to watch you.
Yeah.
We're not looking at the keys to boxing, the most obvious sport in the world. Who's selling the fucking tickets? Tank Davis show up, everybody there, dressed up. Somehow he's done that. You know what I'm saying? Couple this, couple that, whatever. Let's watch his career, how he did it. But guess what? When we showing up, this motherfucker's such a cash cow, you can take a knee and not get a point deducted. That's because that's power. That's power. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Tank fan. I think Tank is great, but that's power in the aura of who you are as a fighter. And it's like, wow, how the fuck you get away with that? Okay, we love it. You gotta respect that. I don't feel like nobody was robbed in that case. My man still got his he ain't getting no loss or nothing. But yo, if you want to come at Tank, you better knock his ass out. We know that. So that's the power of who you are as a fighter. That's, to me, that's greatness. You know what I'm saying? That they could change it, bring the rule for you or two, but then they can't past a certain point. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, what is the basic of boxing? It's a business. Who wants to watch you fight and why? Who want to watch you and why? So now you got to put your work in, because they do pay you millions. But who want to watch you and why? So that's kind of where I feel like I was not retired, but forced to take time off, because a prospect killer only gets you so far because you're messing up their money. Yeah. And there's no investment to be made in you. If I'm 38 and I can go and get a 28-year-old because you brought up Moses, this man's taking over UK and he ain't up but 24 or something like that, maybe younger. So why would you want to put your money behind a dude that's 34? That's younger. You gonna put your money behind a 24-year-old? Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's business.
Yeah, it's the longevity.
It's longevity. Why you an athlete? I don't want no old ass athlete. I want to get. It's longevity. You know what I'm saying? What am I investing in? How much money can I make with you versus a 35, 36-year-old? How much money you gonna make more? Most likely, because you don't know. It's a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee. So investors and promoters gonna go with the guy they think can get them the most or the longest.
But how do
Simple
you?
As that.
So in your case, so like, I mean, it's usually the promoters that try to, that's trying to promote and make the fight. But what is more necessary, having a good promoter or a very good manager? Like, so the manager tries to help get you fights as well, correct?
I mean, what you got to realize this day and age, you know what I mean? What is a manager? For me, a good manager is somebody that can go out there and get you endorsements or sponsorships. You see what I'm saying? That's what a good manager is, because what do I need a manager for? Because people don't, and that's what people don't realize. Oh, I got a manager. What the fuck does your manager do? Most people never ask the question, what does a manager do? Oh, he'll do, what does he do? Because if you know what a manager does, most times he's supplementing your income while you're training and making you more appealing to the promoter. Because once you do get with the promoter can say, hey, I know this guy's going to draw numbers. Let me take over more financial. Let me invest more in him, because now I can go and get a big endorsement deal. Every time you watch a fight, what do you see on that bottom of that screen? Advertisements.
Yeah.
Those advertisements, they're paying the promoter. The promoter's already making a profit. based on the advertisement. And those advertisements, they only want to come out for people that they know a lot of people going to watch. Because now I'm advertising, you watching, now you want to go drink a Modelo after the fight. Or you want to go to AutoZone when my car started breaking down. Shit, you was watching the fight, and that's what got in your head. So people don't understand most time it's really a big money game. Why you think Bill Haney did so well building up young Devin Haney? Because he was in concerts for a while. So he knew the power was always with the people. Mm-hmm. And no matter what, we knew who Devin Haney was straight out the gate. Because he knew that the more people know his son, they're going to come watch him. And his son was putting in that work. Don't get me wrong, because that's the other part that Devin Haney got to do is put in the work. So no matter who you are as a fighter, Jake Paul, whatever, you better put in that work, period. Or you're going to get exposed real bad. So these guys are working hard, honestly, but it's easy to work hard when you know you got money pumping because you got a good manager that knows how to go and get that money for you so that you don't feel broke when you still putting in work. That's hard. It's hard to train hard when you broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can start off inspired, but if you've been fighting for 10 years and you still broke, that's a problem. I don't give a fuck who you is. That's a problem.
Yeah, bro.
For me, that was a big problem.
Yeah,
that's a problem. Yeah, like yo,
the work and I ain't making a dime.
That's a problem. That's a problem. But so then you got to learn how to make money. So that's what I'm focused on right now is health and wealth. I gotta stay healthy, but I also got to know how to make bread. I also got to know how to, and again, I've spoken this a long time ago. I got to increase my credit score. Well, how you increase your credit score? Well, you got to find another way to make more bread. Mm-hmm. If I got to work, if I'm an athlete, I don't mind working 16 hours a day. Trust me on that. I'm built for that shit. But it's like you don't want to do it for that long. So right now you got to force yourself to practice saving. You got to force yourself to be financially intelligent as well. Because why do a lot of athletes, not just boxers, go broke? Because they're not financially intelligent. And it's not easy to hold back your spending. If I give you 100,000, man, you're gonna start spending, and then that 100,000 start going down. It's like, man, I don't know how to stop spending because we're creatures of habit. So it's gonna always come with health and wealth. Like if you want to be healthy, I don't need to go to McDonald's every night. Which, man, that McDonald's food is addictive. It really is. But guess what? Shit? It ain't healthy.
Yeah, huh? I see you eating that shit.
Man, hell yeah. I'm stressed out. Hey, you work 9 to 5? Huh?
Yeah.
You got a 9 to 5 job?
Yeah.
You the supervisor? Huh?
Well,
I'm a manager.
Are you supervisor?
Yeah, I'm the manager.
All right, so check this out. I ain't the manager. I'm just a regular officer. Motherfuckers talking to me like they crazy. And I be sitting there like, that's funny. To me, that's just funny because it's like, well, then I end up going to McDonald's that night. Like I don't talk back to nobody. I'm here to collect a check. But I realize a lot of people eat McDonald's because it's a big stress relief. When I eat McDonald's, I feel good. I feel real good after that. You know what I'm saying? Then it's only a $5 meal. But so you got to tell yourself, hey, look, I got to go another route right here.
Yeah.
I got to maybe go to a smoothie because I'm going to eat something to feel better. But that's what I'm saying. When you got to tell yourself, man, food is medicine. Food is medicine, man. I'm telling you right now, man, I pull up, hey, let me get that strawberry cream pie, man. Let me get that. I'm feeling great. People like, man, you always got a good attitude at work. Yeah, I'm going to McDonald's after this motherfucker because I ain't going to smack nobody around this mother. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you start this, you have to analyze yourself. You have to analyze yourself. It got bad for me when I spent $20 at Del Taco. And I was like, damn,
you can do that at Del Taco, though. You can do anybody that's
hey, it was good
too.
You can do that. It was delicious too. I ate it all. But it's like, let's focus on the health aspect. It was $20. Let's buy some groceries for $20 instead. So it's really a mindset, which is a real key. If you focus on health and wealth constantly, I feel like you're gonna be a successful person overall. And it's just like at whatever you do. And so that's really, I'm trying to train myself. Health and wealth, health and wealth, health and wealth, fitness and prosperity, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put myself in that constant, that mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, not everybody box, not everybody do this, not everybody do that, but it's a lot of wealthy people that get wealthy in other ways. You see what I'm saying? But if we all just focus on health and wealth, then there it is. Now, as a fighter, like you said, for me, I'm always looking for a good manager who knows how to get me funds pumping, and you take a percentage, I take a percentage, no problem. If you can meet with someone and say, hey man, my guy Jonnie Rice needs to do this, this is where he at, but trust me, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna set some terms up, you're gonna get your bread, we're gonna get up, then cool. It works. That's what a good manager does. Promoters really want to promote guys that are easy to promote. They're gonna look at how many followers you got, they're gonna look at this and look at that, and they're gonna, okay, it's a numbers game. Yeah, simple as that. So there it is right there. But it's still gonna be on you.
There's still some good managers out there that will try to build your fight out. They might take you down, you know, over the border, get some easy fights, build your record, or give you a stipend. You know, there are some good managers. I know one personally that does that. But he's out in Puerto Rico. You know, I'm going to interview one next week. So like kids, because I like to get their aspect of how it works. You know what I'm saying? Because this show is about teaching. So, and I think my other question was to ask you was like, what would you tell a young person coming to the game? You know, what would you tell them? And I think you just answered it. But yeah, man, what would you tell a young fighter to get into the game? You know, and not really with a big promoter. You know, a young fighter that's just building from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? They're not backed by any big time promoter or anything.
I mean, the best thing to do, I feel like, is you got to realize your story is not that unique. It's really not. Like I hear a lot of people say, "Oh man, just tell your story, man. You got such a great story." I'm like, you really don't have such a great story. Like a great story is Andy Ruiz somehow getting dropped by Top Rank, getting picked up by Al Heyman, and then knocking out Anthony Joshua. But you ain't got no story like that. Come on, like that's a great story. So if you were a guy just starting out in boxing, do your research on the fighters before you, and then see what they did. Like everyone talk about, was it Bernard Hopkins that lost his first fight, or who was the superstar that lost his first fight? Hopkins. So there are people that didn't have they lost their first. Look at how he battled back. If you want to look at or look at people that started out with no promoter, it's a lot. Pacquiao. Pacquiao didn't have nothing. Yeah, but guess what? He
got dropped. He got stopped.
Kept fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Got stopped early. I think Klitschko was another one. Klitschko, I think, lost his first fight too. One of the Klitschkos, I think, lost that.
But Klitschko, they had bread though. We you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like let's talk about someone who ain't had no bread. Like because money is a big part of the game.
For real. You know what I'm saying?
But, or like who is that one fighter out of Tijuana? Who's that one fighter out of Tijuana? Like look for someone who really came from nothing. And I promise you, every fighter, no matter who you are, they were always in that gym working on their skill development. Even Floyd Mayweather, we don't talk about how Floyd Mayweather was. He was a kid that came from poverty as well. Yeah. And but he had his father and his uncle who really taught him the game. So I'll tell anybody, you got the internet, you got Google, learn how boxing works, learn how it goes. And it's always changing. So I can't give you one piece of advice, but it's always changing. We all know how this game goes as far as like, if you good, you good. Cream always rise to the top. That's what they tell you. You know what I mean? Like you even look at other stories in athletes, like football players. Like a lot of these football players, they grew up working with their dad. So by the time they get on the football field, it's like, man, I got different type of muscles from moving bricks. I ain't never work out. I just been picking up bricks with my father. So just put in that work, and that's what it's gonna always be. But you got to be intelligent too, because it comes down to most people get screwed over in boxing because they don't realize that they're being used to be building somebody else up. They don't realize that there's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of judges in there. It's a lot of, like I said, promoters with money behind it. It's a lot of deals going on behind the scenes. It's a lot of, man, this guy got to win because he brings so many people to the point where now you can't lose unless you nail him to the floor, because we got to close this deal, and this deal going to open up for other fighters. It's like, if you want to be a part of that, I promise you, cream rise to the top. Don't take every fight. It's a business. Do what's best for you, but get good at the sport of boxing. Beat skills is going to always take care of things. Get with the right people. You know what I mean? You got to get with the right people in this sport. You know what I'm saying? Because if you the cash cow, and you ain't going to always start off as a cash cow. We heard Tank talk about it. Hey, there's been times I ain't had no money. But you got to stick with a plan. You got to get with the people that are visionaries. So have a vision for yourself and only be around the people that can see the same vision. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that'd be the best advice. Have a vision for yourself and your career. And when you present your vision to somebody, manager, promoter, if they say, I love that vision, or they say, oh, nah, go with the guy that love that vision, because it's like, not everybody's right for everybody. You see what I'm saying? So have a vision for yourself, and then present that to who you're talking to, and then that's who you move forward with. You know what I mean? But you gotta be a student of the game. And you gotta work hard.
That's the crazy thing. They'll put
Simple as that.
expectation. They'll put expectation on the potential that they see in you, and not what you see in yourself or what you think your trajectory is on its own. So, like you're saying, you want to put yourself around like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? People that see your vision,
100%.
but at the same time, you be willing to modify it slightly when it, you know what I'm saying, when it makes sense, because their vantage point says, all right, Johnny, we need to go take a left here instead of going right. And you be like, all right, that does make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And take the time to explain it to you, because you are a part of this whole thing. Not just like, I know Mike Tyson said this famous quote, I was an animal. These fighters these days are businessmen. It's like, Mike, you got robbed the worst out of anybody I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? So that statement is a gift and a curse. Like, you were an animal, you were a beast. But what about if you was a businessman too? You would have been the wealthiest boxer in the world of all time. But Floyd Money Mayweather is the wealthiest boxer of all time because he was an animal and a businessman. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to look at those two statements. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a game where someone gets paid without getting hit, and someone gets paid getting the shit beat out of them. So you got to look at that from both aspects. I got to look at boxing from a promoter standpoint and from a fighter standpoint, because that money going both places. Yeah. I got to look at boxing from a manager standpoint. So it's really perspective. I got to look at, where is the money going? Like, I have a conversation with people sometimes and I go, well, who's paying who? Oh, well, you just got to get a fight. Well, who's paying who?
Exactly.
Who's paying who?
Yeah.
Where's the money going? Where is it coming from? You got to look at the traffic of the bread. Like I said, when I got a 9-to-5 job, I know where the money coming at. You got the director. Well, who paying the fucking director? Who pay? Let's follow the money. We always got to follow the money. That's it. Now, again, money ain't everything, because there's a lot of shit that's prices. But if you're in business, you have to know where the money's coming from. And the money's always coming from the people. That's where it's coming from. So when you know the power of the people, then you start to realize, like, man, okay, that's where the money coming from. Yeah. The money's coming from the people. The people want it. We got to supply the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and in business, why do we want to get behind this dude? Oh, maybe he's got longevity. He's young. He's hungry. He's this. He's that. You know what I'm saying? Why are we putting money over here? Why are we putting money over there? It's a business. But I promise you, Usyk is a guy that gives me a lot of inspiration, because he's just extremely talented and he ended up getting paid. Extremely talented, extremely disciplined. You can't rob that. So that shows me that boxing still at its highest level is still pure. And then people don't realize that fight was only made because another super wealthy guy loved boxing. So I just say, keep doing what you love, because Turk Al-Sheikh is the one that paid for all that. And people try to say, oh, Turk Al-Sheikh lost 10 million. Turk looked back at people and said, man, I ain't lose nothing, man. I want my mattress money. So you got to realize he ain't even doing boxing as a business. He like, man, he doing boxing as a fan. Yeah. So again, the power is still with the people. He's a fan with a lot of cheese saying, I want to watch this. Here you go. We would have never had undisputed heavyweight. We would have never had undisputed light heavyweight. And people don't look. Where's the money coming from? It's always coming from the people that love boxing, or people that love what they want to see. So that's the real focus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I look at it right now. But you better put in that work if you're a fighter. Simple as that.
Absolutely. It's a great points, man. Those are solid, great points, man.
Johnny came in here and cleaned house, man.
Yeah, he did. We didn't really have to ask no questions.
Came in here and cleaned house, man.
Yep.
No, but I'm saying he understood what the assignment was. I hit him up, said, man, Tales from the B-side. He was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But then you threw your guy at me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he can come too. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
because he's still in the game. You know,
I don't want to be. I don't want to be viewed in boxing as a has-been. I don't want to be. Nah. I can't be a prospect killer. It's like, hey, I'm an opportunist. I'm an athlete. I'm a fighter that's saying, hey, there's money on the table. If I get a chance, I'm gonna take it. As well as, like you said, you can go down to Mexico and stay active. There's stories out there. The OJ Bam guy, you know that kid, OJ Bam. Hey, the commentator said it. They said he got beat by Richard Torres. He got with his team. He went down to Colombia, got some fights so he can build his, confidence in the ring and apply his skill. Like, it's nothing wrong with resetting. Now he got like 2 belts, and he's still going strong. So it's like sometimes it's okay to reset and learn from others. So I'm looking at that story too, and it's like, wow, It's like that you got the Team Combat League, which I'm a fan of it, watching these guys go at it one round. It's pretty cool, especially with it's like the concept is still there. It's a team boxing league, which is kind of pretty innovative. So you got stuff like that where that's bringing eyes to the sport of boxing too. But it's like you got to constantly learn from the guys still in the game. So for me, my lesson is kind of playing. I got to do the lifestyle, continue to get better as long as I'm in this game. But these other guys, they're really in the game on the rise.
Yeah.
I'm kind of still waiting for opportunity, and that's just where I'm at. Now I got to start creating opportunity. That's going to take a little capital. You see what I'm saying? So I know that in order for me to create opportunity for myself, it's going to take funding.
Yeah.
So it's going to take another way for me to make money and another avenue to bring to boxing. It's like, how, again, we mentioned Jake Paul. He brought his fans from another avenue into boxing. I got to go and make some money and bring that into boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. You got to go and get it from somewhere else and bring it to where you at. And so you can keep your endeavors going. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. But I still got to be in that gym, putting in work.
Look, we had Money Powell on, a few episodes ago. He's fighting in Team Combat League when it pops up. He's fighting for Team Atlanta. Yeah. He was telling me Team Vegas is a team to talk about. They said y'all and Philly. So you might want, you know what I'm saying? When you get back into shape, they say because Vegas, and that's the exposure right there. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna get that, you know what I'm saying? How fast can Jonnie get going?
I'm gonna let them handle that. You know what I mean? For me, I'm just a pure boxer right now. Like I said, Michael Hunter did get into that, and to me, that was huge because you get a name like that in your team combat. It's huge. It's like, I'm working. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to create more streams of income, doing other things, but I am in the gym for boxing because if I come fight, I need them 6 figures or more. Simple as that. Cause I'm like, you know what? And I got a reason for that. And that's funny. And I probably gotta get out of here soon. You know what I'm saying? I want to end on this right here, really, right? Or whatever y'all gotta end on. So first thing happens is you talk to guys. Why you ain't fighting? I said, man, because I want this amount of money. Oh, you don't get that type of money. I said, man, look at these past performances. I can justify making that type of money because the past performances of these other heavyweights are making that type of money.
Yeah,
they may have a name. I'm not going to speak or downgrade on nobody. Let's just look at the past heavyweight performances of our American heavyweights, or even with the Effie job in Mark McCauley fight. It was a draw, and they made over $500,000 a piece. So I'm like, you telling me I got to take $25K to get back in the ring when they just had a draw? Again, it's a heavyweight fight. You don't want to see no draw. Yeah, you want to see somebody go down. So again, they're both very skillful fighters, but let's just talk about the money aspect. I don't want to pay why are you paying fighters that much money for a draw? Somebody, even if I did get knocked out, you're gonna see some action. Even, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess you gotta load up a reason to justify, because people try to lowball you all the time. I'm like, you can't pay these guys this much and try to pay me this much and expect me to be happy with that when they doing that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to figure out how to overcome that. Oh, you ain't fighting a while. I said I'll still perform better than that, or more action or excitement. I'ma still get the people what they pay for, but y'all paying these guys this amount of money with those type of performances, and then you try to tell me, oh, you can get about 30K now. I'm like, 30K? How my shit going down? When I'll talk about money. I don't care about money. If I fight Coffee the first time, 55, okay. Fight him the second time, 100,000. Then I fight Guido for 60. How the fuck my shit going down now?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That don't make sense. It should have kept going up.
Yeah.
You fight Coffee the second time for 100, cool. The next one better be 150 or more. How the fuck it go down to 60? So I'm like, that don't make no sense to me. But then you got other guys like you go, you know, who knows how much Guido and Richard Torres made. But I'm like, come on, man. It ain't you trying to lowball me and say, man, we might have a fight for you for 25,000. Like, man, get the fuck off of my motherfucking phone, nigga. Straight up like that. You gotta start talking to people like that, I think. Because who you calling, man? Like, come on, man.
Teach them how to treat you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know what it's called at that point. I don't know what to call it at that point. You know what I'm saying?
It's called disrespect. After you done taught them how to treat you and they do anything outside of that, it's disrespect. It can be seen as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because I taught you how to treat me.
So it's that stuff I'm dealing with right now. You know, guys getting paid $500,000 and they try to call you for 30,000 or some 25. I don't even acknowledge or look up who the hell they talking about, because it's like, but then again, it's like you said, you got to teach them how they treat you. So it's like they may look at you and be like, he overweight. They may look at you and say, man, you know what? Shit, I mean, do we look like do we look like $1 million fighter? So I gotta look at my stuff in the mirror and say, no, I really don't look like $1 million fighter. The best looking fighter I ever seen was Anthony Johnson. He looked like a multi-million-dollar fighter all the time. So I'm like, okay, well, there you go. There you go. Like you said, teach them how to treat you is an ongoing statement. It ain't one time. You got to remind them of the efforts. So that's, again, I'm focused on the health side. Let's at least look like $1 million fighter. You know what I'm saying? If I took my shirt off right now, I don't look like $1 million fighter. I probably look like a $25,000 fighter. So it's, I'm gonna take that statement with me. I'm gonna write it down, and while I'm walking these halls, you know, patrolling, I'm gonna think about, hey, you got to teach people how to treat you. And I was like, that's deep, man. That's getting written down immediately. That's deep, and that's ongoing.
Real quick, I know what you're about to say, Thomas, but the question was answered like earlier in the show. You know what I'm saying? When because
we're getting roasted over here because they like. Because you're cooking, John. You're cooking, and they're like, we're ignoring them. Well, I'm not ignoring them. We're just
not ignoring everybody. This is your show, Johnny. But Johnny, hey,
the power is with the people. Interrupt me anytime for a question. Interrupt me anytime for a question.
Yeah.
Check this out. Johnny said this. He said this earlier in the show. He doesn't have any fights lined up. He's just getting back started. He's just getting back in it. He's just putting his feet back in. So he doesn't have any upcoming.
Yeah.
I wasn't disregarding it. When Johnny exited, I was going to touch on that question because Johnny pretty much already spoke on it when we first started.
We live in a lifestyle. We going to the gym every day. Yeah, I'm not out of boxing until 50. So I'm living in the gym every day. I'm getting back to getting better and better every day. Period. That's where we at right now. So when that fight do come up, we're going to negotiations can start. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try our best to look like $1 million fighter all the time. And when them negotiations start, we ready because we already gonna be there every day. We could fight tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Hunter dad came out the ring, came out the stands, last minute fight and won. So you got inspiration from so many stories and so many legends of shit that actually happened. How you gonna come out the stands? You a pro fighter just sitting trying to enjoy your fight, and they say, man, look. Who we got in there to say this show, and they call, you know what I'm saying, Michael Hunter Sr. and he come out and he wins the fight. Like that's some short notice. We ain't getting no shorter than that. You got your beer and popcorn probably, but it's like that's how good you got to be. Let's be that good. Tyson Fury could do that. I think he could be sitting at a fight and just come up and just start whooping somebody ass. That's how good he is. Yeah. So let's walk around with that mindset to just be, hey, we always ready. Like, as long as I'm active, I'm active. So let's get it. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Hey, like one of my coaches used to say back in the day, Coach Courage, Sava Lava, I will fight you in your bedroom. That's how good I am. I'll come to your bedroom and fight you. So these are old school fighters that have that mindset. Like, hey, you want to fight? I'll fight you. I'll come to your bedroom and wake you up and say, let's go. People don't have that mindset no more. So you gotta draw on that. I'll fight you in your bedroom. That's crazy. You gotta
show up where you eat.
Yeah, that's where we at, you know.
Hey,
let's go. It don't matter.
I know you say you about to cut out. I know you say you about to cut out, but we had a super chat.
Yeah, I gotta go to work. Hey, I'm not a manager. Like Tom, I'm an officer.
Last question.
I gotta go to work.
Last
I
question.
gotta go. I gotta get showered up and clock in, all that dumbass. And you know, I never talk about boxing at work. No one even know I box. That's what I'm like, damn, like,
wow.
They just like, man, you just a big old nice guy. I'm like, I don't want to speak on work, but like, we all got that supervisor, like, yeah, you just a big dude. You ain't got that in you. You gotta take you outside right now.
Wow.
And you wouldn't know what to do. And I'm like, I'm on the clock, man. I don't really care what you say. I'm on the clock and I'm getting paid. And that's where I'm at.
You should send them like a YouTube video or something, like a highlight.
But there's no point. Why? Think about this. Think about this. What's the point in that when I'm clocking in? If I was that good, I wouldn't be clocking in. You know what I'm saying? I would have some bread. Well, I'm not. I wouldn't even be in your fucking space. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't even be able to have a conversation with me. It's like, and I just think in my head, like, man, like, how funny would it be if like Tank Davis was just walking down the hallway in a security outfit? Like, how many people would really notice him? And he'll start a pandemonium. So it's like you wouldn't even be able to talk to this dude. Like, I've had one conversation with Tank, and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up, Mr. Davis?" As I was leaving Mayweather gym. Like, if you really that guy, people wouldn't even be able to be in your space. Mm-hmm. So for this man to talk to me, I should be insulted about where I'm at in my life. Like, if I'm a fighter, because there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5 job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful every day. Yeah. But it's like, okay, if you're a fighter in that space, you're the one that's not supposed to be there. And it's funny because they really like, yeah, you just a real kind-hearted dude, but they have no clue. Like, bro, my bare fucking hands, if I really wanted to, I could rip all this shit up. But it's like, so maybe I'm in my head, I'm like, hey, you got to teach people how to treat you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do I look like $1 million fighter right now? I don't. I'm a big ass dude. So it's like, now I promise you, if you walk through there with the muscles in there, or you looking like AJ, who I'm a big fan of, nobody gonna say that to you, period. You ain't got to do nothing but smile. Yeah. Nobody gonna talk to you any kind of way if you just ripped up like you're supposed to be if you're in shape. Nobody gonna say nothing. I treat everybody nice. Because I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I just hit hard. But I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? I really am a nice guy. But we all got that switch. And it's like, it's just funny to me. It's funny. So that's the message I'm taking with me. Teach people how to treat you. You know, I'm taking that message with me for real. To the end of life. You got to teach people how to treat you every day. Every day. You know what I mean? So it's just funny, though. You know? Anyway, yeah. Any questions?
They said, are you willing? Shout out to Shawa in the super chat, $2 super chat. She said, are you willing to be in camps for work?
Not really. If it's in Vegas, yes. So, like I said, I do hope to join Michael Hunter camp as he get ready for Gerald Miller. And we've had conversation before. I'm like, hey, you guys can get me at 1 o'clock. It's very hard to get me at 11 because sometimes I do work overtime where I'll get off at I'll get off at freaking 4 a.m. or something like that. But and like I said, I go to Mayweather's right now every day at 1. So if you're in Las Vegas and you don't conflict with my job, because right now my job is first currently, then I will join your camp. And I do want to get paid if it's possible. Mm-hmm. If not, I have to train my mind and say, hey, we're doing it for the love. But, if there's money being made, especially at this level, I need some of that cheese. Even if it's $100 for that day, I got to have something. But, if it's here in Vegas, yes, I will join camps as long as the time does not conflict with my job.
Got you. That makes sense. Yep. But, man, Johnny, man, go and wash your ass, man. Go and get ready for it.
Yeah, I got to get ready for work. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got my uniform. I get my uniform dry clean. You know what I'm saying? Have my little, my little badge, shined up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no handcuffs. We completely hands off.
The world.
And so, I ain't no tough security guard. If you're doing something wrong, I'm gonna tell you one time you're doing something wrong. Past that, hey man, I'm reporting to my supervisor. Hey man, he ain't listening to me, so that's on you, motherfucker. You getting paid more than me. So
you ain't missed. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't missed the
Nah, we ain't doing none of that. I ain't. Yeah, let me get my radio. I'm Mr. Otis. You call me Otis at work. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Hey, I'm just walking around looking nice, and that's it. Hey, if I don't scare you from that's it. Hey man, I'll beat your big ass. You sure will. Excuse me, sir. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go call somebody. I'm gonna report to somebody because I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. If I fight anybody, I'm getting paid 6 figures, baby. Period. That's how I look at it. If I even get mad, I need 6 figures. I can say what y'all want to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here, observing and reporting. That's it. That's it. I don't come off nothing else.
Yeah.
That's it. What's up?
If you want the people to find you, if you want to be seen, how can they find you, man? So we can keep up with you. You know what I'm saying? So we can know.
I'm still right here. I do got my little TikTok. I mainly kind of go on YouTube a little bit. It's just Jonnie Rice on Instagram. It's Forever Jonnie Rice on TikTok. I have a little fun sometimes. It's Forever Jonnie Rice as well. And YouTube, I think it's like Jonnie Rice 7676. So it's just, we just like I said, I'm trying to focus more on the fitness side because that does bring in a lot of money. And I'm trying to focus more so on the just being an athlete. There's a lot of athletes that work. There's a lot of us out there working. And it's just a beautiful thing. I'm just grateful. The attitude is gratitude. We all got to create ways to be financially successful and healthy. So that's where I'm at, health and wealth, and teach people how to treat you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
You better do it. And a lot of times it's your own action. You ain't got to talk much.
I appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much. We're going to be in the gym, baby, every day.
This was great.
Living a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you,
absolutely.
Man.
Appreciate you coming on.
Meet you up on the back end, Johnny. But I appreciate you, man.
We'll get back. Get my boy Jeremiah on here. He getting ready for a big fight. Obviously, Michael Hunter getting ready for a big fight. Let's get those guys going. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big supporting of all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you.
All right, y'all.
All right, bro. Salute.
Peace. Yep.
Man, that was good, man. That was
Thomas.
That was good. That was one of the easiest ones. That was one of the easier ones. The chat came for us, though. They came for us, but that was one of the easiest. We didn't really have to ask any questions.
And look, and I wanted to, answer the chat's questions, but man, the man was there cooking, man. I was like, he in the kitchen, he had the seasonings, and he was chopping up. He was his own sous chef. He was preparing every damn thing, hitting the fridge. He was on the stove. I was just like, man, I'm gonna just let him do his thing, man. And when he done talking, we'll try to touch y'all questions, or when he dip out, we'll let you know why we didn't ask certain questions. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all might have to spend the block,
some of my questions. He answered some of my questions without me having to ask them.
See what I'm saying?
I was going to ask him about the state of the heavyweight division. He pretty much answered that on his own. I didn't have to ask him. I was going to ask him about the Guido fight. The time, like he answered everything without anything. The only thing I wanted to ask him if he took another sport before boxing, because I see him as very athletic in the ring for a big man, like 200, almost 270, coming in there bouncing around and real athletic. So that was the only other question I really wanted to ask him. But everything else he answered without me having to ask him. So.
Hey, this was the spaghetti that happened to be good straight off the stove. So imagine what it's gonna taste like when everybody that came in, when they came in, y'all gonna go back and rewatch this show, and y'all gonna be like, damn, that's some damn good spaghetti right there. That is some damn good spaghetti right there. I gotta pat yourself on the back, damn Tommy, man. I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
It was a good one.
That was a good one, man. I appreciate my boy Jonnie Rice for pulling up and blessing us with, you know what I'm saying, the great stories. You know what I'm saying? And the openness and candidness that, you know what I'm saying, that he brought to the table. Yeah. I really do appreciate that.
He's not permanently retired. That was one of the questions we kind of asked. He's just, he's just not going to be underpaid. Yeah. He's not going to, so he basically, he was saying like the last 3 fights, he got about $50K for the Michael Coffey fight. Then the rematch went up to like $100K. And then he got the Guido fight after that. And he got 65 or 60 or 65, something
60,
on that.
Said 60. He's like, watch my stock dropping.
He's like, and they're offering him fights for like 25. And he's like, I'm not doing that. He's like, 6 figures or better. He said he's earned the right for it. And I don't blame him. You know, all these guys are getting paid big money, and you're going to use them. You're pretty much, they're going to use him as an opponent pretty much. Right. So you might as well get paid for it and then try to pull off the upset. But you're not, you're going to have everything stacked against you as the opponent anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well get paid for it.
He spoke to a lot of that, saying I can only be the prospect killer, but for so long, because they're going to stop damn reaching out to me because they know I'm fucking up the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he spoke about that as far as like, the other side of it, so why they don't want to give him fights, because they're messing up their money with the fighters they invested in that are supposed to win.
So he messing up the money,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
man.
He needs Turk. Yeah, he needs Turk. He said he needs Turk.
Yeah, he needs Turk.
Yeah, but this was dope, man. I don't know. Next week, if you got anybody lined up, I'm trying to work on somebody as well. So we'll talk about that behind the scenes. I really want to get this one guy on. I think he'll be great. I'm pushing for it hard to get this guy, and if we get him, a lot of people are not going to like him, but he's gonna be great for this show.
Yeah,
let's just put it that way. So, but yeah, with that being said,
he answered your super chat. He was saying he would work in he would go to camps and work, you know what I'm saying, for work, but it would have to be more so in the Vegas area because he doesn't want it to conflict with his already work schedule. He said it would have to make sense. He said if he's going to travel, it's going to have to really make sense. He said, but if it doesn't, he would much prefer it to be in the Vegas area, so he can, you know what I'm saying, maintain his actual work schedule. What you mean reread what you said? What did you say? We got to run it back. He answers the questions. We ask him, accept my super chat, I guess. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Let me go back and see if I misread something else.
Yes. Okay. So she said, can you get Rohan Polanco? I know he speaks Spanish. So you know what's funny about that? Actually, that I was supposed to go today to a lot of the Dominican fighters. They're doing something for the Dominican Day here in New York, and Broadway Joel was going to have them, but I couldn't make it. I think Sock was going to go, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've been working on him to get through his coach first. But yeah, but he don't speak English. I need a translator. Yeah. But yeah, man, this is good. I gotta actually kind of run out.
We're about to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? We're about to close up shop, you know what I'm saying, and let people know we really do appreciate y'all for showing up and being a part of this. Coming up with this idea and bringing it to the table, you know what I'm saying? It's for beneficial purposes as far as knowledge, information, listening to Jonnie just now, you know what I'm saying, doing this whole interview, the gems. You know what I'm saying? We walked away with, you know what I'm saying, quite a few, as we do every week. You know what I'm saying? So I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode because you don't know who it's going to be. And at this moment, me and Tommy, we don't know who it's going to be.
We don't know. I like I said, I'm really trying to get one. I think this guy is going to be an all-star guest because he's been in a lot of big fights. Yeah. And he's got a big mouth too. So let's just put it that way. So that's I really want to get this guest. It's not a guarantee on try, but we got other guys in mind as well. But I'm this one.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
We got guys in the tuck, but you know what I'm saying? Just know we're trying to roll them out in a certain particular order for you guys. Yeah. So bear with us and stay tuned, you know what I'm saying, for the next episode. So go ahead and tell the people, you know what I'm saying, where to find you at, Thomas, and we're going to go ahead and close it up.
Yeah, you can find me here on YouTube, TD Sports Talk, and on Instagram, my name, my real name, Tom Dillamouth, right? It's the Puerto Rican side of Germany. So, you can find me here on YouTube. We should be back. I got a couple of interviews lined up for this week, hopefully like this Friday and Thursday. Some prospects and stuff will be on there. So that's really lined up. I know I've been kind of out of it lately, not putting out as much content as I probably should, but I'm working, and I've been kind of dedicated to this program here, the Beats Tales of the B-Side. So, but yeah, that's where you can find me and in your local chats.
So. Man, all right, man. Tomorrow we're back on the Beltway. You know what I'm saying? And we already know Cadillac Red gonna come in with all the meet and greet stories, the woes, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. So, you know what I'm saying? If we're live tomorrow, y'all tap in and tune in. So this is Tales from the B-Side. I'm KG. That is Thomas from the Bronx. And we are out.
Usual suspect.
He's got great leg, and he's going to make life different about him. He's a good fighter.
I will reap what I sow, and that's a universal rule for everybody.
Jonnie Rice.
You can only do it once.